Hey guys, Shane here, Fugatech 3D Printing, and I want to give you a little update on things that are going on here in the channel and in my cave. A lot of things are moving around right now, so let's get talking to it. Very first thing is probably by the time this video comes out, the 4,000 subscriber video will have posted, because that's going to become my priority tomorrow. So if you're watching this in the future, you should go to that. Anyways, that's going to be a huge success. I guarantee it. There's a lot of people that went onto that. So thank you everyone who's subscribing. And if you're seeing this, you want to subscribe, hit the button. A lot of good videos to come out. But let's talk into more the things that I'm actually doing technically here on the channel. So I've actually been printing out the wazoo a ton of Lego parts, or Lego type parts, I guess. Let me see if I can pick these up. Oh, it's so heavy. Look at all the Lego parts. So yeah, these are a bunch of Lego parts. There's a guy, well, that was a little low. So there's a guy on Thingiverse that created like the 1972 or 79 Lego cart that's made of Technics, the Technic Legos, and he supersized 500%. And I was like, oh, my son is obsessed with cars. I think he would like that. So I started printing all of these Lego bits now. So here's a bunch of axles and some of the Technic bricks and 3 layers of other bricks all just snapped together here. And these parts are huge. I mean, look at that. Next to my arm. I mean, these are 500%. These came out great. There are no infill in there, or I should say no support. There's infill, obviously. And there's no support here, so you can see there's a little bit of drooping, but that can easily be remedied. It's not worth the support. Just carved that right out. All the parts were bridged, so if I can tip this up here enough, if you can see under there, it's a little stringy, but that's okay. It's the bottom side. And it saved me a ton of time and a ton of filament. This is actually so far is 1, 2, 3, like 3 rolls of filament. 1 roll completely, whoops, that fell off. 1 roll completely was a bust when I was printing these axles. And the reason why it was a bust is because the CR10 nozzle was clogged. And I tried unclogging it, and actually I made through the entire print before I even knew it because I let it run. I hadn't been down here in like a day, and it took about a day to do the print. And they all had under extrusion lines, and I was able to just push it with my thumb and they all snapped. So that was literally like 3/4 of a roll of Folgertech black PLA that just got thrown right away, and it was just garbage at that point. So these all were printed in, these are all PLA. These ones are actually PET G because I ran out of black PLA. So yeah, there's different color, but I'm not too worried about it. And this, surprisingly enough, are the wheel hubs. These are printed in ABS. So how about that? Look at that. I'm printing in ABS now. I feel like awesome. So these are printed in ABS on the Folgertech FT5. I have it enclosed. I just took off the top so I could actually pull out the parts. This is an old roll of Folgertech ABS that I bought when I originally bought the FT5, but then I found out that ABS kind of sucks to print with. So I stopped using it, or I didn't even use it actually. So I've unboxed it today. I'm using it, printing like a madman. So all of those parts take about 3 hours a piece to do one of these by itself. They each lay like this. It's half, and I gotta sand it and glue it together. I need more glue though. So that's coming along. That's a huge project I'm working on. It's gonna take me probably another week of printing to get that done. And you need a 300 by 300 millimeter bed in order to print this at 500%. You could do it with a 250 at 300% at 400%, and then at 300%, I think you can do that at a 200 by 200 bed. So at 500%, my son should be able to ride this thing. So I'm pretty stoked about it. And yeah, it probably should all be ABS, but I don't have it, so oh well. I had lots of PLA sitting around from lots of different companies. Just to show you, so this one again, this is Catalyst Blue PLA that I'm going to be reviewing on them soon. And then the other dark blue here is Folgertech Blue. This right here is the, this is Folgertech Red PLA. And then I have another 1 or 2 in here that I had to reprint in Catalyst Red PLA. Again, those are in the Folgertech Gray. And yeah, so it's coming along really great. I'm having a lot of fun with that. So let's see what's next. What's next is the Hypercube. And if you guys follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, you saw that this thing works now. So I have the board hooked up, just simply, I put the bed on there just to kind of check things out, spacings and whatnot. But yeah, it works. It's great. You'll have 2 videos on this coming up in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks. I have some other things scheduled before that right now, but those videos will be coming out soon. Well, only one is edited. I still have to edit part 3. And then part 4 is going to be actually doing the testing, the moving, and showing you the process I did for that. And probably putting the hot end on and maybe doing a print in part 4. So we'll see how that ends up coming. But it moves great. It took a little while to understand Core XY movements. So yeah, that's been a great fun project. I highly recommend everyone builds their own 3D printer, especially Core XY. You learn so much. It's great. It's fabulous. I am finishing up. I showed this off, this LED panel, a long time ago, but I now have the power adapter here so that I can take the incoming, I have some old Dell power chargers down there, and I can put it into here using a XT60 connector, and I can change this to 18 volts. I'm not pumping the full force into the LEDs, which they need 18 volts. 19 volts out of the charger. The LEDs need 18 volts in order to work. Like 17, and like you can dim it down by just lowering the voltage. So that's coming along great. I like that. I'm getting ready to do the, what is this one? Oh my goodness. This is the Filaments.ca Red PLA that they sent me in that surprise box that I mentioned in that video, which I think is posted already. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to review that. I just have stuff here on the desk all over the place. Oh, the GeeeTech. So the GeeeTech's working now. I put on the GT2560 board and some drivers. I think I just put on the A4988 drivers just to get it working. But yeah, it's working, it's printing, it's great. But I fried the LCD, dang it. So I need to get this replaced, so I have to just run it off of my computer right now, which sucks. But it is what it is, so I'm just trying to kind of use up some filament here and get that taken care of. And the Delta, you know what, I think I know what I'm gonna do with this. So I recently went on to Amazon and hit up Kingpin. They're just a reseller for a lot of Arduino products and things like that. So I hit them up and said, hey, a lot of people talk about Smoothie and say Smoothie is so awesome. I would like to see for myself how Smoothie does. They said yes, so they're sending me a Smoothie MKS S-Base board and a TFT32 display. So I'm going to hook those up to this printer and see if I can't get it working better. If I can't, I am scrapping the printer. I'm going to use the parts in something else because it's just not worth the time anymore. We'll see if a Smoothie board works. A lot of people says it will. We'll see how that goes. So a little update here on the Master Sword. As you can see, I've got the blade printed. I think I showed this off in the last vlog, but the blade is printed, it's put together. I could not find 5.5mm dowels, so I went ahead and 3D printed 70mm 5.5 inch dowels, complete 100% infill with like, I think I did 3 perimeters just because it doesn't really matter at that point if you do 100% infill. And I printed them long ways, like laying down like this, so that the lines go through it and they won't tend to break. Because if you print them standing up, they're just gonna snap. It doesn't matter what you make them out of, ABS, PLA, or anything, they're just gonna snap. So I did this, this part is done, and then I have the blade and everything else I need to put back together because I broke it again. So I had to print a new peg for it, and the glue also I'm using sucks. I'm using this Loctite gel super glue. It's the worst thing in the world. So I need to find some legit super glue, and then I can re-glue everything back together, and then we'll have a functioning sword. Cannot wait, this is super awesome. Other news for me personally, as like my Fugatech 3D printing like brand, I have a website coming out. So Riley has been a huge help to me, and aside from managing my YouTube and some of the Facebook stuff, he's also managing my website. So the website's not gonna be selling anything like that, because that's not what I want to do. I want to just be able to share the information that I have like floating in my head, and the main things floating in my head are print settings. I never really write them down, like I make notes here and there, and I talk about them in my videos, especially Makerbox videos, and I get a lot of PMs, especially in Facebook, like, hey, how did you print with this filament? Like, how did it come out? So I'm making me through him, yes, I get the credit, yay, Riley's awesome. Anyways, so he is creating a website that I can actually put all of that into for all the different types. So it's like PLA, ABS, nylon, flexible, exotics, wood. And then inside of those subcategories, inside of those categories will be subcategories of each name of the different filaments, because everyone calls PETG something different and it's annoying. There's PETG Plus, PETG Pro, there's like the PC Plus PBT. There's all kinds of these crazy filaments out there. So they're at least gonna go underneath So they're all going to come under some like main category, and then you'll be able to refine it down from there. But it's a wicked looking website. I can't show it yet. I don't want to show it yet because it's not done. But once I populate all the Makerbox filaments, which are all right here, I have 2 giant boxes full of all the Makerbox filaments I've ever made, including the coin from each one is in there. And these are all labeled by month, and I have notes in them. So all of those will get input into the website, and then all the other random spools of filament of reviews that I've done and the other random rolls that I have here that I haven't done reviews on, it's just stuff I use, all of that will go in there. So that will hopefully be out in the next maybe 2 weeks, but when I get that up and running, I'll talk about that in another vlog. But it's awesome, so thank you, Riley, for helping out with that. I've always wanted a camera slider, and to be honest, they're really expensive, at least for what I want. Like, I want to be able to put my GoPro down like on the other side of my desk and let it like run past doing a time lapse as I'm building stuff and doing things. And so I want to build one. I have a bunch of aluminum extrusion. So I'm actually, I'll show you here, I'm actually designing all my own parts. There's a couple on Thingiverse, none of them really tickle my fancy. So here's the slider that I was working on. Here is the side where the NEMA 17 motor is going to go. Here's the other side where the idler is going to go. I'm working on all of that. And like I said, there's a few on Thingiverse, but none of them are really like what I want. And I want something very simple and easy to use. And it's super lightweight, minimum plastic. All you need is a piece of 2040 aluminum extrusion and a couple parts. So I have everything I need, except for I need larger diameter pulleys. I probably need like 60 tooth pulleys, because the 20 tooth pulleys that I have don't clear the 40 millimeter extrusion like on the angle that's at. I have to put it like way out more or like closer. Either way, it doesn't fit. So I need to order new pulleys, and then I'll be able to like make that. And I want to make something myself, like design it myself, see how that went. All right, let's go through mail now, because I just got a crap ton of mail. So let's do that. So here is like a ton of mail I got today. So this is the Anycubic i3 Mega from GearBest. So I thank them for this, and that's going to be an awesome thing to review. I can't wait to do that. It's going to be, I'll probably film that maybe like tonight or tomorrow. I'll start doing this. I've got my Geckotek. I backed this like last year. Whoops, I'm stuck. All right, so I backed this like last year, and it comes with their little easy part removal tool. Gives you some info about it. This is the Easy Stick Hot that I got. Talks about this stuff here, my bill, and here it tells you right here, it's the Easy Stick Hot. Fits any 3D printer, lasts over 100 prints, ABS, PET, PETG, PLS, and nylon. I don't know what PLS is. I've never printed with PLS before. PLA mistake? Anyways, I got 1 sheet of that, so that's going to be awesome to put in. And then from CS Hyde, I have some PEI sheets. So I have 2 sheets of 210 by 210, right? Something like that, 7.87 by 7.87. This is 10 mil, and this is going to be for the 2 i3 printers that I have. And then I have another large 12 by 12 sheet. This is going to be for the CR10. That way I have a PEI sheet for each printer, because I like PEI. It's pretty good stuff. I highly recommend it. And then I went ahead and ordered, and all of this I paid for, just so you know. Like, this was not sent to me. I paid for all this stuff. So, and then I have some Folgertech 200 by 200 for the i3s. And then look at this. Look at this. Look at this awesomeness. This is their new redesigned 300 by 300 sheet. I didn't know that this was coming this way, but I love it. I love the grid. I love it. Tells you the sides here. Like if you're gonna do probing, it's very easy to know what you're probing. I love that. This is just an awesome looking mat. I love the Folgertech build surface. It is one of the best I've ever used, and I have now used probably over a dozen. It is great. And this, I mean, I like this one. It's very simple, but man, this looks nice and it's good stuff. And I got some filament here from, this is from Priline. And they sent me a whole bunch. So we got PETG and PLA. What else is here? Wood. I bet you they sent me one of their whole line. Then we've got, what's a TPU green. And then way down here, we've got PC, polycarbonate. So thank you to Priline for all this. I hit them up via Amazon, and they said yes to letting me review their stuff. They sent me one of everything that they have. So This is awesome. So here from Jeff Peterson, I have the Epic cases, and I don't want to open them up. They're all sealed, but I'll show you a link to his Thingiverse page where you can get the actual accessories for this, but you have to buy the case from him. So these are prizes for my 4K giveaway. So probably by the time you see this, these will all have a new home to somebody. I'll just have to mail them all out. We've got the October Makerbox finally. My mail has been delayed. It's now mid-November. Yay. So here's the October Makerbox. This will come out in the next few weeks. Let's see, Amolen sent me some Shining PLA. Is there a picture of it? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Oh, there's a little bit of wood here, a little wood PLA. Oh yeah, this one. This is 2 rolls, so it's like this copper, and this is like silver. So it's 2 half kilogram rolls together, bundled as one. And I actually thought they were the same roll, but they're 2 different rolls, so that's cool. So thank you to Amolen for sending this out again through Amazon. They hooked me up with this. So 2 rolls in 1 box. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like this stuff. Well, I might like it. We'll see. All right, then we got all kinds of goodies in here. So here we have AIO Robotics. This is their orange filament. Now this is supposed to be the closest thing to Nerf orange. So they sent me this to review. It's a really small roll. I mean, look at that. I mean, look how tiny this is. And it's only half kilogram. So that's a little bit costly for that, but if this color really is like Nerf orange, that's awesome. It's supposed to be really good filament. Here we have from 3D Solutech. We've got PLA in silver and a PETG in clear. That's cool. Oh, here we go. The Microswiss Nozzle. So this is the new one sent for the CR10. It's the nozzle, the heat break, throat. So this is great. This is from them for me to review. So I'm gonna do a video on this soon, which I already installed the freaking nozzle like yesterday. I installed their nozzle on the CR10 that I bought before. And so yeah, so I will put this on here soon to test that out. I got a bunch of fans here. So all these fans are gonna be for a tutorial on how to quiet down the CR10 because it is crazy loud with the fans that come in its stock. So these will kind of help out a bit. And also that'll be coming up. Some bearings that I needed for another CR10 mod. Oh yes, new lens. So I needed this because my son broke my lens, little punk. So yeah, this is the new Canon 50mm. So this will be my primary lens that I record with because my other lens is broken and it's sent back to Canon to get fixed. So hopefully that'll happen. And then I got a new board for the FT2020 i3 because I blew it out. And this is the Mega board, but the ramps board is missing. So I need to hit up Folgertech and ask them what's up with that. It's not in there. And these are some bushings for the pocket hole jig that I printed out. So this is part of my practical prints things. This is great to have around. Pocket holes are great if you're like into making and doing stuff like that. Sorry, this kind of went a little longer. I'll see if I can trim this down a little bit. Right now I'm sitting at like 21 minutes before editing, so that'll probably come down a little bit more. But yeah, so obviously you can see I am crazy busy. So yeah, I'm trying to get 3 videos a week to you guys, and it's hard work. It's a lot of recording. It's a lot of editing. Like I said, if I had an editor that I could actually send this stuff to, I'd be able to give you like a big video a day almost, because it'd be no issue at all for me to record and edit or let someone else edit and upload them. It'd be great. But I don't have that. So I'm trying really hard to get as many videos out to you guys as I can. That's useful stuff. I got a ton of ideas lately from people. So if you have any ideas for videos, please let me know. I have them written down. So some new ones that came out was, well, how to rust the iron PLA, which I have sitting right here waiting for me. So this is the iron PLA by Protopasta. They asked me how to rust this, and I have some steps on how to do that. I have some stuff here that I've done before. So that's going to be a video coming up. How to do a temp tower with Cura was another suggestion, since I did it with Simplify 3D. Asked to do it with Cura, so I'll need to figure that out. I've noticed people online aren't storing their Simplify 3D profiles, their filament profiles correctly. And there's another way to kind of hack Simplify 3D to make it do more settings than what's default by just clicking the what filament do you want, and you name it, you click it down. But you can actually have it do more settings than what it actually has you do. So I'll do a video on how to edit your FFF file, the factory files for Simplify 3D to have it update more data. Someone asked how to actually calibrate new filament for Simplify 3D. So what are my steps? Every time I get a new filament, what do? I cheat a lot unless the first print doesn't come out right. So know that. I know the real process you should do, so I will show you the real process, what you should do every time if you want to ensure perfect prints. I will show that. I'll do a video on how to do that. Another person asked, what are the differences in all the Simplify 3D infill patterns? A lot of people don't know that, and they want to know these things before they decide to buy Simplify 3D. You want to gather as much information as you can before you buy a $150 piece of software. It's expensive. In my mind, totally worth it. Some people not so much. So kind of wanted to show what are the different infill patterns in Simplify 3D, and then what are the differences between 0 to 100 infill. There are a few videos out there on that, but I want to do one on my channel just so people can come for like the one-stop shop. I'm already doing the Understanding Simplify 3D series, and it would be a good addition to the series, I think. And another thing that I've seen a lot of people talking about is how to insulate the CR10 bed. So I'm working on, I have 2 different theories on things I want to do. One I can do for super cheap because I have the stuff for it. The other one's going to cost me about 20 bucks to get the stuff to do. So I'm unsure which way I want to go with that, or if I want to show both, spend the money, maybe recoup the money from the video, highly doubtful, but I don't know if $20 is worth the video to make. So yeah, I don't know if that's worth it, so I'll have to decide and just think for myself if I want to do that or not, or if I'll just show you how to do it with the materials that I have in my shop ready to go. And finally, with all these different print surfaces that I have, a lot of people have been asking different way, like what's the best print surface? I don't know what the best one is, but I know the ones that I go to non-stop. So I can do a video on how different ones work with different filaments. Some you can't do with other filaments, like you can't take the bed above ADC. I know the Print Z plate's that way. The Folgertech Buildtak, I wouldn't take that above ADC because I've actually had a piece peel off on me. Once it got that high, the 3M adhesive that they use, it must be a lower temperature one than some other people use, like the PEI sheets from CS Hyde are like high temp 3M adhesive, so those last a long time. I shouldn't say last a long time. They can absorb the heat better, and they don't deform or lose their stickiness from that. But the Folgertech Buildtak sheets, I know does that. The PEI, the Print Z sheet does that as well. Buildtak I think is pretty good, but I hate really Buildtak. I'm not gonna. I mean, spoiler alert, I don't like Buildtak. It's not cool. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out, guys. Again, sorry if this kind of got on, but I had a lot of different things I wanted to cover just to kind of show you what I'm doing, the kind of the back end stuff of what really goes into all the videos that I make and all the things that I do to try to bring you guys the best information I can. I'm not making content just to make content. I'm making content to things that I find useful, that you might find useful, or things that I discover. You know, like a lot of stuff, I'm not doing it because I'm the first person to do it. I'm doing it because I'm learning the process. I like editing. I like to learn new things. My old videos compared to new videos are worlds difference. So thanks you guys for hanging in. If you're still around, make sure you subscribe. Help me out via Patreon or affiliate links. Check out some other content over here. And yeah, so have a good day. So as next time, guys, happy printing.